What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back again with another Sister Wives video, and this one here is season 2 episode 5 from what I remember. Yes, but without no further ado, so far it has actually been quite interesting, especially yesterday's episode as well. In relation to the most current episode, it was actually bizarre, and to be fair, I do feel like I'm gonna uncover so many freaking things that they have lied about in the past and they are now lying about in the future, and things that they revealed in the past but are now pretty much been pushed under the rug in the current season. But hey man, please make sure you start off by hitting that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Smash the fucking like. Did I just swear? Smash the freaking like button. Hopefully YouTube didn't catch on to that, because that was like half cut off, if you dig what I'm saying. But anyway, let's get into it.
Would talk about a new wife coming into the family, how hard it was. I just thought they were being ridiculous. When he started courting.
Okay. Just so you know, this is actually the episode that is them going to Vegas. It's interesting, man, how literally I'm covering season 2 and how they were legit referencing season 2 in season 17. But they talked about the whole Vegas experience, and unless there was another Vegas experience that I'm obviously unaware of as of yet, but obviously this is one of them. But here's the thing though, it's interesting because each time Christine talks though, it's always a negative kind of thing. It's like Christine was always prepping to just leave, because at the end of the day, in episode 1 of season 1, Christine already voiced the fact that there was a new wife coming in. And it's something that she's never dropped, something that she's never let go. So to be honest with you, I feel like Christine's guard was up from the very get-go. And what we're seeing now was always pretty much about to happen.
Courting Robyn, and I started to feel threatened. I started to feel abandoned. I started to feel insecure and not.
Like you just hearing these words and the passion behind them and everything. This is someone that was hell-bent on just making it clear that, hey, man, like, I don't feel important anymore. It's crazy.
Special, and I started to feel like that. And it was a shock. And it shocked me that he felt like he had to get married again.
I mean, it's not a matter of him feeling like he needed to get married again. I think it's more of a matter of the feeling of that this is the life that you live. And the option is there. And to be honest with you, you give a guy an option to be able to marry and have multiple wives, a lot of men will jump at that opportunity to keep going and going and going. But don't get me wrong though, I'm not saying that she's wrong in how she's feeling, because, you know, or she's wrong in what she's thinking, because, you know, since Robyn, kody hasn't looked elsewhere. And, you know, obviously it definitely felt like, and has been presented as if Kody's always prioritized Robyn from whatever season that's supposed to happen. It happens. But then again, at the same time though, maybe it's the energy that the other wives gave away. Because if Christine was giving away an energy already, like, oh, I'm putting a garden, I'm being pushed away, whatever, that could already been the beginning of the end. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay. And then if we're looking at obviously Meri already was kind of already on her way out anyway, pretty much, you know, when the show started. And Janelle, from what I understand, had already left the relationship at some point before they actually filmed season 1, from what I understand, unless there's something that happens in one of the seasons to come. But I'm pretty sure that happened before the show even started. So I don't know, man. Like, I just feel like everything that's happening now was always prone to happen, to be honest with you, just based on the energy.
It was a shock. I'm like, what, suddenly I'm not enough? And you go through kind of a mourning process, because what you knew, it suddenly, it just didn't feel like it existed anymore. It was really difficult.
Well, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, the differences between a monogamous relationship and a polygamous relationship is that if you live in a monogamous relationship, you know that your partner has to, or your ex has to go and find other people. You know, they can't just move on straight away. They can, but they can't, you know what I mean? But if you're in a relationship where it's polygamous, you know that if you leave, he's going to have another wife to basically, you know, comfort him ASAP. I don't know, man. There's a lot of, like, madness going on here, to be honest with you, but, very interesting how Christine was already thinking back even in season 2, because it's a theme that she's never dropped. But hey, let's see what happens, because obviously Christine alludes to the fact that Vegas wasn't good. And, you know, in the comment section, you guys are saying that Christine was never really good or was unfairly treated or whatever. But I genuinely believe that the energy you give out is the energy that you receive. And her negative mindset, it makes a lot of sense to why she probably received XYZ. But anyway, let's continue and see what happens throughout this episode. But hey, don't forget to like the video, okay? Come on now, let's not mess about. And subscribe too.
Kody and Christine took their kids to Vegas, and so we decided we wanted to have some fun while they were gone, and we took us and the kids that were left behind bowling.
another evidence to say that well, to be fair, first of all, I think this is the do you know what though? Do you know what? Let me not speak too soon. I was gonna say I think maybe this was the wrong season that they referenced to in terms of Vegas, but I could be wrong, because I do feel like the next part of Vegas is going to be shown in the next episode, to be fair with you anyway. So let me not speak too soon, but of course, if you guys already know that it didn't happen in season 2, you can tell me if you want to, I guess, you know what I mean? But again, though, this is interesting because obviously there was this illusion that Robyn's never really been included or has been excluded, but that's BS, because you can see even here it's Meri, Janelle, and Robyn, and they're working as a unit to make sure that the rest of the kids have a little bit of fun. Do you know what I mean? Which involves all of the kids, you know. Whilst obviously, you know, Kody and what's her name again? Whilst Kody and Christine have obviously gone to Vegas with their children, you know what I mean? So again, more proof that this family used to have a whole union, like they were unity. Like, I don't know how they've gone from this to just like, oh yeah, no, actually, yeah, I was never really appreciated, and like, yeah, so you really secluded me, like, yeah, so like, bro, like, I'm definitely looking forward to picking up on like who really was manipulating the situation the most, because at the end of the day, it's been easy to target Kody this whole time with the minimal information that I have. But I definitely feel like, you know, these wives here definitely have a role to play in their own right. And that's something that I'm looking forward to uncovering. But hey, let's continue.
Definitely been completely a culture change for them. I mean, they went from a monogamous home with a father and a mother and them, and now they're...
Whoa. I thought that Robyn came from a polygamous relationship. She didn't. She came from a monogamous relationship straight away. Okay. I'm sure somebody said she came from a polygamous relationship. So this is her. That's crazy though, because she came from a monogamous relationship into a polygamous relationship. No wonder why things turned out to her being the main one in the end, because, you know, she definitely knew how to bring him in. Like, so was that a part? I don't want to say it was part of the plan to reel him in and you know whatever, but it feels a lot like as if that was the case. You know what I mean? Like, because like, damn, looking at where we are now. She came from a monogamous relationship, so she knows how to be a wife as an individual. She didn't actually know how to be a wife into a group. Oh, do you know what? Did they mention this in season 1? Sure they didn't. But this explains why she wasn't quick to just want to live with the rest of the wives. First and foremost, she wanted to have her own home. Not too sure, you know. But that changes a lot of things for me personally, because now I can view her in a different light to why things are turned the way they are, you know. Because I feel like maybe if you've experienced being in love with just one person without sharing that person, it's different to when you've only had experience of being in love with that person, but you're sharing that person. Because the way you are, like for example, she knows how to do certain things as an individual. These other wives, they've been doing these things as a trio. You see what I'm saying? So they've had to share different responsibilities. Like Janelle was already flat out, bro, open admitted that Christine is the one that's been the mother to the children. She's the one that looked after them while she was out working. So Janelle already lacks that motherhood side of things of, you know, being looking after them, you know, because Christine had that. But then Christine lacks the part of working. I'm not saying she didn't work, but, you know, Janelle had the more, you see what I'm saying? So, because obviously when you have more wives, their qualities are spread out to make it into one, you know what I mean? I'd imagine so. But in this one here, Robyn's already come from a situation where she had to do everything. Be the mother, be this and that, be da. But then again, that there are women out there who are just mothers and they don't work flat out, even in monogamous relationships. So let's not say that doesn't happen, you know what I mean? I'm just saying that I can imagine that it's a different, there's a difference. There 100% is, yeah. Which is probably why she's able to reel him in for her own. I know I'm making sense, yeah. But yeah, let's continue.
The Brad Pitt one freaks me out.
Oh, we got a picture with Elvis.
I mean, listen, it seems to me as if Christine had it good, to be honest with you, you know, when she was away from the rest of the other wives, and it was just her and Kody and the kids or whatever, you know, she was able to come out of her bubble by the looks of it. She was able to just, you know, obviously appreciate, you know, the family that she had with Kody and the kids, you know, but it seems to me as if when she was with the other wives, or at least when Robyn was around anyway, that's when the issues came across. It's definitely Christine pushed herself out due to her own jealousy. I'm not saying Kody didn't have a part to play, but what I'm saying is that her negative energy and then the jealousy is what really just projected her pushing herself out more than Kody actually pushing her out. Because remember before, like Kody has expressed already in this season that he doesn't want Christine to leave, you know. But if it was Meri on the other hand, he'd be more than happy, because he knew that with Meri, the situation has been building up all the time. It's been there. Christine, it was more like, what the hell was going on here? But to be honest with you, this is my opinion, to be honest. I reckon if Christine's mentality had been different, I think her relationship with Kody would have been healthy till this day, to be honest with you, you know? Like, because at the end of the day, she has the qualities of someone who, you know, loves to be a mum. She does well with the kids, you know? She can cook, she can do so many things that I guess a man that is looking for a woman who's going to be a housewife, shall I say, you know what I mean? She has all those qualities, you see what I'm saying? So again, it's very early for me to be speaking because there's so much more that I need to uncover, so many other seasons as well. But it seems to me as if Christine pushed herself out more than Kody pushing her out, and more than Robyn actually have anything to do with it, because she already had a agenda on Robyn anyway. Anything that Robyn would have done would have just knocked her off and peed her off regardless, if anything. You know, it's like a ticking time bomb, not time bomb. Anyway, yeah, whatever. So you guys let me know. You let me know. You know, but let me know based. Just let me know based on whatever. You know what? There's no point in me trying to say don't let me know without spoiling. If you spoil it, it's fine, because it's not that I'm gonna finish it all regardless, isn't it? So it's all good in the hood. And plus, I do already know a few things here, there, and I do know things, a few things here, there, and everywhere. Anyway, this is just allow me to really get all the information now for myself, you know, for when I do continue to react to Sister Wives on MovingMAD, the other channel, if you dig what I'm saying. But anyway, it's just interesting. The happiness is real. But hey, man, we shall continue.
All right, tell me about that.
When Kody called me that day, I had to break the news to him that I had been declined for this position that I had applied for. I'd been looking for work for a while since I'd been let go of my other job.
So Meri got let go of her job because of her lifestyle, pretty much in a nutshell. After they went to New York and it was broadcasted or whatnot, the boss was like, okay, she lost her job. She's now been declined for a new one. All right, cool. So by the looks of it, obviously Cody's rang her. I'm not too sure if she texted him to ring her or whatnot, if he just went out of his own way to ring her, but he rang her. She told him about his job. And obviously, you know, this is something that I can probably see as a mood killer, for the fact that, you know, obviously he's on a trip with Christine or whatnot. And it will be a shame if this was a mood killer, but then a part of me, despite the fact that he's the one that contacted Meri, I wouldn't be surprised if Meri... Nah, actually, I can't say that now. I was gonna say that I wonder if Meri was doing on purpose just to sabotage their time together, because I wouldn't really put it past it. You know what I mean? I don't think that possibly could be the case. Anyway, yeah. So end of the day, she didn't get a job because of her lifestyle, in a nutshell. So sad, but yeah, we continue.
Wait a minute, you've got a father of 16. He is so stressed in. How are these kids actually getting what they need out of a father? I mean, that's...
It's crazy how they can question how are these kids getting a father out of Kody, because there's so many of them and one of him. It's interesting though, because I tell you this now, at least these kids actually have their father. Because there's so many people out there that don't have a father in their life. So for people to question how is he doing it, or like to question in a negative in a negative way, how is he there, how's he doing this and that, screw you. Because at least these kids actually have a father that's active. They know he's alive, they know he's there, they see him on a daily basis. He may not be able to spend time with them all the time, but he's there. He's present. And to be honest with you, Kody probably does more, or did more at the time for his children, more than some fathers did, even because there's still fathers who are actually in their life of their children, and they don't do nothing. Parents, to be fair, for that matter, both sides. They're there, but they're there, but they're not really there.
That's what they're saying.
Kody has the same 24 hours in a day that any other man does. Kody just chooses to use it a little bit differently. He doesn't disappear into his man cave.
That's a very good point as well. The fact that he doesn't even do that is amazing. Amazing.
He doesn't golf. He doesn't do those things. He doesn't have time.
She's very sweet about this. I'm no perfect father, but I do try.
And that is the bottom line, you know. He may not be the perfect father, but he does try, and that's what matters. There's many fathers and mothers out there that don't try at all. That's it. Obviously, we know now things are a bit different, but back then, nah, come on, nah.
And out of those 17 years, we probably had maybe 3 that struggled.
Yeah, most of it's just been absolute bliss, really.
Married for 17 years, and only about 3 of those has been a bit of a struggle. Okay, process that. Hold on a second.
Last year's been a lot of struggle. There's been a lot of changes, a lot of new things happening, and we've had quite a change in our relationship. And
so this is Christine saying, but the last year has been a struggle. There's been a lot of changes in the last year. I wonder what that last year has been. Robyn, Honestly, if you ask me, Christine allowed Robyn to ruin her own relationship with Kody, you know, and it's not because Robyn actually did anything at the time. It was just something that she already had in her head. Because remember, this is season 2 now, so they've already had a whole year. So that last year would have been the year Robyn signed in, came into the picture. And she's saying that all of a sudden this last year was the hardest of them all. It's not a coincidence that she said that, but let's see if there's anything more, because the show is pretty much over now. But let me see if there's anything else to add. Yeah, so that's that. They pretty much just ended up by just talking about the fact that they've come out and they don't regret it, and they've helped so many other people come out with it. To be honest with you, if I had seen this season back when it aired, my opinion, I know for sure, would have been exactly the same as what it is right now, which is very simple, that Christine was already on the road of sabotaging her own marriage pretty much from the arrival of Robyn, purely because in season 1 she already made it abundantly clear anyway that she wasn't really happy with another wife coming in, because for her, she'd always dreamed to be that final wife in a polygamous relationship, which she was, but then that title was taken away from her by the introduction of Robyn. Fast forward to season 2 now, despite the fact that the wives seem as if they're all getting along and whatnot, really and truly, Christine is still having the same complaints, the same moans about Robyn being in the picture pretty much. She may not directly always say Robyn's in the picture, but at the end of the day, if you ask me, Christine sabotaged her own freaking relationship with Kody because of her paranoia or jealousy or whatever you want to call it due to Robyn. Now, of course, there's so much more to come that I haven't seen, but again, like I said before, my opinion right now is not based on the on what we know now in the present. My opinion is based on the show itself in particular, and it's based on what's happened on season 1 and what's happening on season 2. And if you ask me, it was written in front of us already that her relationship with Kody was always going to go downhill because of her own paranoia, jealousy, insecurities. I don't know what the word is, but it's one of those words anyway. But hey, let me know what you're thinking down below. I'm not saying I'm correct, I'm just saying that this would have been my opinion regardless. But thank you so much for your time. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. Peace.